Namaskar. In the mountains near Kalimpong, there was a man called Tashi. Tashi lived with his Amma, and he was a very, very kind and gentle person, and he was a cloth merchant. In fact, he had a shop in Kalimpong, in a place very close to his home, and he had all kinds of fabric there. He had various colors, he had various textures, and of course very, very different patterns. Very, very beautiful fabric. But there was one kind of fabric that he didn't have, and he yearned for it. And he said, I would love to have silk from Banaras. Silk from Banaras, because anyone, according to him, who wore silks from Banaras would feel or would look like royalty. Those beautiful silver and gold zari. Now that's the kind of fabric that he dreamt every day. That day he came back home and he just looked out of the window and he said, I wish. Amma heard him and he said, Tashi, did I hear you saying something to yourself? What is it that you wish for? And Tashi said, Amma, it's nothing. She said, no, I am your mother. I know that there's something that's bothering you. It's something that you're wishing for. What is it? And he said, Amma, I have all kinds of fabric, all kinds of cloth in my shop. But the only kind that I don't have is Banaras silk. So Amma said, what's the problem? Just go off to Banaras. I know it's a long journey, but just go to Banaras and bring all that you want people here to enjoy wearing and, looking like you said. I mean, that silk that you wanted everybody to have. He said, no, Amma, I can't. You're old and I can't leave you at home all alone. Amma smiled. You just go, Tashi. You know what? And there was this sudden amazement in her eyes, something that almost felt like she wanted something. She said, Sarnath. Sarnath is very close to Banaras, and that's the place that Buddha, gave all his teachings first. He taught there first. Remember? Why don't you just, I think you should just go to Sarnath and get me dirt or a pebble, something. That's all I need. Please go to Banaras. And now she was more excited than Tashi. Tashi said, are you sure, Amma? And she said, yes, I am very sure. Please go. That's it. Tashi was happy and he set off on a long journey to Banaras. It took him almost 18, 19, 20 hours and he finally reached Banaras. When he reached Banaras, he couldn't believe his eyes. There was an array of colors, people and colors and crowd and all kinds of sounds. There were people saying, pan, 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 khayenge. And there was people doing yoga. There was all kinds of sounds. There was this bells of the cycling. Are bhaiya, hato. Are bhaiya, kahan, pan khayenge kya? Are kya khayenge? Dal kachori khayenge? There was dal kachori, there was rabdi, there was gulab jamun. There was all kinds of sweets, and he as he went from lane to lane, he was discovering Banaras. He saw the Manikarnika Ghat, he saw many other ghats, he saw the Alamgiri Mosque. And there were people praying, there were cows. Chalo. Are hato. Small lanes with so many people, so many colors. He didn't know what to see, what not to see, what to eat. And he, of course, loved the dal kachori. He had the imarti, he had the lassi, then he had the chai, and then finally he went to the merchant's shop. He was amazed by the colors he saw, the patterns. There were butterflies, dragons, geometrical designs. There were all kinds of colors, violet, purple, that light blue, teal color, mustard, soft silk, a little bit of, heavy silks, and there were patterns, there were gotas, they were shiny. Oh my God. He didn't know what to do, and he bought all that he could. And that evening he said, I will have to go and see the Ganga Aarti, because everybody had told me, you have to see the Ganga Aarti. And he saw the Ganga Aarti, and he saw, oh my God, look at that, those beautiful flames which were going all there, and the beautiful colors and the reflection of all those lamps in Ganga, Ma Ganga. And he decided he will take a boat ride in the morning. So just before sunrise, he sat on this boat, and with the man who said, I'm going to show you all the ghats. He said, Ganga aaye kahan se, Ganga jaye kahan se, lehra pani mein jaise धूप छाँव रे, ओ माझी रे, ओ माझी रे, ओ नैया पर लगा. He asked Tashi to sing, ओ नैया पर लगा, ओ नैया पर लगा, जब मचल उठा है दरिया और सर पर गिरे बदरिया, 49 पवन डोले, झंझा की बजे बांसुरी, ओ नैया पर लगा. Sing! ओ नैया पर लगा, ओ नैया पर लगा, ओ माझी रे, ओ माझी रे, ओ नैया पर लगा, ओ नैया पर लगा. And he passed all the ghats one by one. And he was so content, and he said, now I can return to my hometown, to Kalimpong. And he went back home. He went back home, and he couldn't wait to show his Amma all the beautiful fabric that he had collected from Banaras. Just then Amma said, so have you got me something from Sarnath? And Tashi's face fell. He said, Amma, I'm so sorry. I was so taken in by the entire city of Banaras that I forgot, Amma. Amma, forgive me, Amma. And Amma said, never mind. That's okay. I'm glad that your dream was fulfilled and that you got all this fabric. Now Tashi was so happy, and of course everybody in Kalimpong just thronged to his shop and bought all the silks. And then it was time for Tashi to go to Banaras again. And Tashi went. And every time he went, but you know something, each time he forgot. He forgot to go to Sarnath and get something for his Amma. Now years passed, and Amma became very ill. And this time, when Tashi said, no Amma, I won't go, she said, no, please go. But remember, please bring me something, because something tells me I'm not going to live long. And Tashi said, no, I'll definitely get. And he went again to Banaras, but again forgot. So as he was coming back from Banaras, as he was walking, he remembered, he said, now I can't go home empty-handed. What do I do? And suddenly, he looked at something white and something sharp on the ground. He just looked at it, he examined it. It looked like a tooth of a dog that had died. And he said, I'll have to give this to her. And he just cleaned it up a little bit, and he went home and he said, Amma, look what I've got you. I've got you Buddha's tooth. Amma took the tooth and she said, Tashi, you've got me Buddha's tooth. She took it and she immediately kept it in her shrine, and she started praying to that tooth every day. Om Mane Padme Hum Om and one day when Tashi was coming back from his shop, he saw a rainbow coming out of his house. He rushed inside and he saw that that rainbow colored swirl was from the tooth. And he looked at Amma and he said, "Ma." And Amma looked at Tashi and she says, "What do you think? This is Buddha's tooth after all." And Tashi was shocked. Tashi wanted to tell Amma, but he said now is not the right time, and he let it be. Days passed and Amma's health failed. And one day when he was at the shop, everybody came running. Some of his friends said, "Tashi, you need to go home. Amma is just fading away." Tashi ran. And as Tashi ran, he saw that there were so many people outside his home. And when he went inside, what he saw shocked him. Amma was lying down and there was this rainbow swirl from the tooth, but there was also a rainbow swirl from his Amma's heart. And he bent down and he wanted to tell Amma, but Amma was no more. There was a smile, there was this beautiful smile on Amma's face as she lay there. And everybody started coming in because there was this beautiful rainbow that engulfed everybody there. And the word got around that anybody who the swirl touched became peaceful and became happy. So everybody, including the lamas, they all started coming in large numbers, and they just wanted to be touched by the swirl, and they felt so peaceful, they felt so happy. And Tashi couldn't believe it. Before long, this rainbow, it was almost as if the rainbow was on a voyage, on a journey of just touching everybody's life. That's it. Everything was over. And that night, when everybody had gone, only the lamas stayed as they prayed for Amma. Tashi looked at the lamas and said, "I have to confess something." And the lamas said, "What?" "The tooth from where you see the rainbow swirls, that's not Buddha's tooth. That's what I told Amma, but that's actually a tooth of a dog that had died." The lama smiled. "But that is what it became because of your mother's faith. She thought and she knew that it was Buddha's tooth. So that is what it became, because the faith has the power to make anything and everything that you think become what it is." And Tashi said, "What do I do?" Lama said, "Forget about it. Amma is in another world. She blesses you from wherever she is, and you don't have to worry about anything." Days moved on. The rainbows started fading, and after that there was nothing. But Tashi felt a strange sense of happiness and a feeling of gratitude. But whenever he thought of his Amma, he could see a beautiful halo around the tooth. And that day he remembered his Amma even more and thanked her for showing him the way that faith heals. Faith is such a beautiful experience to have. And he looked up and he looked at the tooth and he said, "Thank you, Amma." So this was the story that I wanted to share with all of you. It's from a book that I have read from Karadi Tales called Truth About the Tooth. I know we're going through very, very tough times, but thanks to the internet, thank you Anil Srinivasan for, doing something like this, connecting everybody, every single artist, every single poet, every single musician, every single person who wants to share something on Janata Curfew Online Festival. Stay united, people, stay safe, and don't lose faith in humanity. Just let us bring in that faith. Let us now rededicate ourselves to that faith called humanity, and let us all stay happy, stay united, stay safe. I hope we all come out of this soon and the world will be the same beautiful place where all of us are going through our journeys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe.